Hey guys, Dave Syverson back here from Our Lads Scouting Services. We are about a month away from handing in our final grades from the 2024 NFL draft class. This quarterback class especially is a lot of fun to debate and discuss with the Our Lads staff. And I'll tell you what, it is wide open in the top four. We've talked about Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels and Drake Maye. I think we need to add a fourth name to that discussion. It is J.J. McCarthy from Michigan. While the Our Lads staff will not be finalizing our stacks for another few weeks, there is no denying the 21-year-old national champion has changed my initial perception of him when he entered the process. But J.J. McCarthy, to me, is a no-doubt first-round quarterback in the 2024 NFL draft. The question is, how high and where does he stack up among the rest of the first-round quarterbacks in this class? Drake Maye, on the other hand, has been near or even at the top of this quarterback stack since the beginning of the process. He is the best pure pocket passer in the group. He has the best blend of size and athletic ability. He is the furthest along when it comes to maneuvering the pocket while keeping his eyes downfield. Maye is going to be a big-time producer at the next level, and for those that want the old-school prototype, he can still make a case to be quarterback one in this class. Let's take a look at where McCarthy could actually leapfrog Maye. Things are so close between the two as the grading process is near complete. It will come down to what teams think about their long-term projection, mental capacity, and leadership qualities. These are some things you can't always find on tape or definitely not on the stat sheet. The tape grades are near identical, but they took very different routes there. Whether you agree with it or not, the league cares about wins. J.J. McCarthy has 27-1 next to his name. He has national champion next to his name. He did all this under the hard coaching of former and now current NFL head coach Jim Harbaugh. This builds off the number one trait I see in McCarthy's game, and I value it a lot when I'm projecting quarterbacks to the next level, and that is his performance under pressure in high leverage situations. Let's examine some of these numbers in McCarthy versus Maye. Under pressure, J.J. McCarthy completed 63.5% of his passes in 2023. Drake Maye, 43.3. Yards per attempt under pressure. J.J. McCarthy, 9.5 yards. Drake Maye, 6.7. NFL passer rating under pressure. J.J. McCarthy, 111.8. Drake Maye, 69. Now, without pressure, Drake Maye is better across the board than McCarthy, and that does mean something. But if you're only going to be looking at these highlight reels, which I think some do, or they're not really watching every play from every game, it is easy to walk away from the tape and say, hey, Drake Maye is a better quarterback than J.J. McCarthy. But if you watch all the good, all the bad, all the ugly, there's no denying J.J. McCarthy is a better quarterback under pressure. And we see this with young quarterbacks all the time. Pressure can ruin a young quarterback. What about play action? There's a lot of teams that are really, because of analytics, moving their offense to more play action, RPOs, and this is where another area where McCarthy excels and, quite honestly, trumps over Drake Maye. Completion percentage, 75.3% for McCarthy, 67.8% for Drake Maye. Yards per attempt, 11.4 for McCarthy, 8.8 for Maye. He's got a higher big-time throw percentage, he's got a lower turnover-worthy play percentage, and a higher adjusted completion percentage. So again, I don't want to get too wrapped up into numbers. I don't think that's the end-all, but I do think that if you watch tape and you're getting this notion in your head, and now you have numbers to back up what you're seeing, you have to pay attention and give McCarthy that check mark when you're comparing these two. So I think the question really comes down to, with this whole Drake Maye versus J.J. McCarthy, is what do you want out of a quarterback? What are you looking for? Because if you ask 10 different coaches and GMs from the NFL, you're going to get different answers. And that's why you really could see these guys come off the board in any order, especially in that top 10, to a variety of teams. And it's going to be based on what those teams are looking for and what kind of support they can offer them. I would be very nervous putting Drake Maye in an offense where he doesn't have a really nice setup system around him, especially with the offensive line. J.J. McCarthy gives me a little bit more leeway. He's a little bit better of an athlete. He has shown to be better accuracy, ball placement, rolling to the right, rolling to the left. And, you know, if you read between the lines with some of the stuff that goes on off the field with McCarthy, there's a mindful athlete here. He's only 21 years old. He's got the maturity of an NFL veteran already. He's been in hard coaching situations. He's been a winner. I know the Michigan roster was loaded compared to North Carolina, but go look at some of the numbers that J.J. McCarthy put up down the stretch, both in 2022 and 2023. Last game of the season, Ohio State, Big Ten Conference Championship, college football playoffs, and then 2023, the national championship. His numbers in those games all combined over 2 years, they're right in line with his career production. He didn't get worse. We can't say that about Drake Maye when he was against his toughest competition in high leverage situations. That means something to me. Drake Maye and J.J. McCarthy are both fine prospects. They're going to upgrade a quarterback room. They're going to be the face of a franchise in just a couple of months. There's no question about it. But these are the decisions that separate good from great and good from bad. And for some, that's the difference of whether or not you have a job in a year or two. If you pick the right quarterback, you always have a fighting chance. You put a gun to my head right now and ask, who am I taking for my team? It's J.J. McCarthy.